Also, schon wieder gab es ein Gewaltdelikt von einem angeblichen Asylanten, einem Iraner in Deutschland. Diesmal auf eine 63-jährige Frau hat er sie in Bein gestochen. Und dieser Mann hat fast 100 Kriminaldelikte auf sein Kerbholz hier in Deutschland. Aber läuft noch rum. Also, that's weird, right? That's weird. Guys, it's Friday. It's the 14th of February. It's 2025 still. And it's gearing up to be a crazy year once again. It's 9:40 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for Germany for today. And yes, people, another knife attack in Germany. Now, this is what just happens to be one that made it into the news. News hat darüber berichtet. News, the online news source, which is actually probably the best news source you got in Germany at this moment. Watch them every day at 7. They go from 7 to 9. News, N-I-U-S. Good place to get your news. I get a lot of news from there. And they are reporting that it is an Iranian asylum seeker that stabbed a 63-year-old woman in the leg. I'm assuming she lived through it. And whether or not he's Iranian is actually kind of the question. Nobody really knows. He could be Afghani, but it doesn't really matter. Apparently, this guy was awarded asylum in another European country and should have been deported back to that country long ago. But we all know that Germany doesn't really deport anyone to anywhere, even though, let's be honest, if it's another EU country they're talking about deporting to, that is not going to do shit. That's a symbolic thing. Deporting people to other EU countries while all these borders within the EU are wide open isn't going to do anything. It's just going to cost money and resources and time, and those motherfuckers are going to be back in the country before you know it. So it doesn't make sense to deport people to Bulgaria or any other EU country if they got asylum there. What does make sense, though, is if they commit crimes, you send them back to their fucking country. It's not that difficult. And I know the excuse, but it's war going on there. Listen. In Ukraine, there's a war going on. The Ukrainian people have come here, right? Now, a lot of them are on Bürgergeld. I get it. I don't like that either. I'm not wow about it. But a lot of them are women with their children, and they don't have they have nowhere to put the kids, right? There's not enough Kita-Plätze. There's not enough school places, and they can't work because they can't leave the kids home alone, so they have to have some sort of help. Totally get it. What is not happening is that you see daily knife attacks by Ukrainian refugees, right? You don't see that at all. Now, there's a lot of men from Ukraine here as well that are fleeing, being drafted into their stupid war, right? You don't see them committing crimes either. So it is a certain, group of people. We just can't deny it. And let's look at it this way. If a Ukrainian is escaping war in Ukraine and they come here and we pay with our taxes for their existence, and our country and our politics and our politicians let them in, give them money, take care of them, then the least they can do is not kill German people or commit heinous crimes in this country. That's the least they can do. And if they do, you kick their ass back to war zone, right? If a Ukrainian man in this country commits a crime, they should be put on a fucking plane and sent to Ukraine and delivered to Zelensky's doorstep, and they should tell Zelensky, here's another piece of cannon fodder for your fucking war. Bitte. That's what would happen. That's what should happen. But we don't do that. No, we let him rack up crimes up to 100 this guy has on his criminal record, apparently, according to the news. Now, again, how exact and how true all of this stuff is, I don't know. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Does it matter if he's got 20 crimes on his list or if he's got 100? Doesn't really matter. Does it matter that he just stabbed the lady in the leg and didn't kill her? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Does it matter if he's from Iran or Afghanistan? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Well, we can't identify him because he threw away his papers. Okay, well, put him in a fucking cell and tell him he can get out of that cell anytime he wants, as long as it's on a plane to somewhere, right? Not here. So he better tell us where the fuck he's from, or he's going to be rotting in that fucking cell until he does. That's another easy solution, people. I know they always blame the so-called populist. They always come up with these easy solutions. Yeah, some solutions are just fucking easy. It's the establishment politicians like the CDU, the SPD, the Greens, all the leftists, all these maniacs, they're the ones making the shit difficult. Some things are not difficult. You don't allow people to come to your country seeking help and asylum and then allow them to continue to commit crimes in your country. It's just that simple, right? But guys, our savior, Friedrich Merz, is going to be elected on the 23rd of February, right? Against my wishes. But okay, he's promised it now 50 fucking times. He is going to solve this migration problem. So on the 24th, that shit is done. No more stabbings and killings and rapings and gang rapes. No, it's done. Friedrich Merz is in the house, yo. So I tell you what, since we're used to being locked down from COVID, another week of lockdown won't kill you Germans, right? Just lock yourself and your kids in your house to make sure that you don't get stabbed between now and the 23rd, because on the 23rd, it's the magic day when Savior Friedrich Merz is going to get into office, and he's going to solve this immigration problem right away. It's going to be over, guys. You don't have anything to worry about anymore then. So go on lockdown for a week, right? Don't worry about it. Make sure you don't get killed. You don't get run over by a car at a market, or you don't get stabbed in the fucking neck, or any shit like that. Don't let your kids to go to school. Just lock down, be safe, so that Friedrich Merz can come in and flatten the immigration curve when he's in on the 24th. Because he said, on the 24th, I'm going to do it. Yeah, how's he going to do that? How's he going to do that? On the 24th, he's going to have to try to form some sort of coalition. He's not going to be able to do shit until that's done. So it's not going to be on the 24th. And it's not going to be on the 25th. And it's not going to be in the summer. It's not going to be all of this year. It's not going to happen. The guy is not going to solve jack shit. No. If these people continue to get voted into office, they are going to let this grow to such proportions that the only solution will be is that citizens start carrying out vigilante justice, which nobody wants. Nobody thinks it's a good idea. But at a certain point, what do you expect? People are going to defend themselves. People are going to defend their children. People are going to defend their parents, their loved ones. They're going to do it. Right now, a lot of people are still giving these fucking stupid politicians the benefit of the doubt that they're going to do something about this problem. And all hell is not breaking out quite yet. You know, the Aschaffenburg thing could have gone completely the other way. You know what I'm saying? If it would have been me that got involved with this, I have a knife on me, right? Always. So maybe if I would have had to try to help this 2-year-old instead of a 41-year-old guy that seemingly lost this fight and got murdered by the guy from Aschaffenburg, maybe I would have stabbed this guy, because it would have been my only choice. What would happen to me? I bet you my ass would be in prison. Oh my God, a white, racist, right-wing AfD guy murdered an Asylanter that was stabbing a 2-year-old. And so now I'm fucked. But you're going to get problems like this. Because let me tell you, if one of these people comes after my dog, my wife, me, my friends, and I have the ability, I am there, and I get involved in that, and I end up being the winner of this fight, I swear to you, they will put me in prison. But we're going to get situations like this because the politicians, the Friedrich Merzes, the SPDs, the fucking spineless, ballless politicians that we have running the show at the moment, the Ampel, whatever you want to call them, they are not capable of solving this problem. They are clearly not capable of solving it. They say they are, they promise they are, they promise they will. They are not, and we all know they're not. You know, since we're talking about Friedrich Merz, let's talk a little bit about, I think the show is called, you're going to have to forgive me, but I think Chancellor? I think that the show is called Chancellor, and they put the consular thing at the end because that's what this show is about. And it's fucking gross. It really is. It really is. I saw little pieces of it also on News. So they instrumentalize 8-year-old children to ask the Kanzlerkandidaten, so Scholz and Merz, to ask them questions. Now, these questions these kids asked are not questions an 8-year-old would come up with. And they're also not things that an 8-year-old would know anything about because they are not watching Bundestag-Debatte. They're not watching the fucking news. They're not paying attention to politics. And so this was clearly orchestrated in order to, I don't know, garner some sort of sympathy. It's the same kind of tactic they used with Greta Thunberg. Oh, if we put a fucking retarded 11-year-old at the podium and let her yell at the politicians, it's going to make people go, oh my God, the little bitch is so right. Let's just do everything she says. Yeah, okay, she's a genius. Let's just, okay, Greta, that's so good. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the politicians look sympathetic, which Friedrich Merz did a good job at, I have to say. He does look like he'd probably be a fun grandpa, or he'd be a good grandpa. Olaf Scholz has got a stick up his ass all the way to his fucking throat. He can't even talk. He can't even be nice to little kids. But that's not my point. My point is, how dare these fucking people and the parents that are involved drag these kids into the political debate? They let these kids be fucking kids. If they're not trying to ward off teachers trying to make them trans, now they have to go and ask adult questions for the adults that are probably too pussy to ask them, right? Their parents are probably these pussies that support these guys. They would never ask them a critical question. No, but let's use my kid. My kid can get away with it because she's 8. So one of the kids asked, since you asked Merz, you haven't been minister, you haven't been the mayor, you haven't been anything. The question was pretty good. You haven't been minister, you haven't been mayor, what makes you think you can be the chancellor? That was the question. Now, what fucking 8-year-old girl is going to ask that question of Friedrich Merz? No one. No one. No kid. It's a question fed to them by an adult, whether it was a teacher or the parents. But that you allow your children to be a part of this shit is gross, right? It's gross. Leave these kids out of this shit. They're instrumentalizing kids to make the politicians look good. If you're not going to vote, the only reason for you to vote for Friedrich Merz or Olaf Scholz is because they look like they might be nice to little kids, which they have to do. These people are professional actors. They have to be nice to little kids on TV. Otherwise, they'll never get voted in. It's absolutely insane to me, this shit. It's insane. How could you use kids for this, right? It's gross. So that's the next thing. Friedrich Merz, I would not have been a part of that. If I was Friedrich Merz, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to use kids to make myself look better. But he will go as low as he has to go. He will blow whoever he has to blow to get into that chancellor seat. That's what the dude wants at all costs, and at the cost of the immigration problem as well, because he keeps promising he's going to solve it. But are people really that fucking stupid that they don't get it, that this guy is not going to solve it? Not only because he personally doesn't really want to, because he will not go against the EU. I've said this before. He will not go against the EU. He will not go against the neighboring countries. He is not a ball guy. He is not a ball guy. He is not a fighter. Right? In America, a dude just joined the government and his name is Big Balls. They got to call him Big Balls. That's his name online. Everybody calls him Big Balls. It's hilarious. It's great. I love it. I wish we had Big Balls running our country, because I don't want Little Balls Friedrich Merz running it. But he's going to, because a large portion of the German people are still dumb enough or, blind enough to vote for this guy. Because, he gave a good answer to the little kid. He looks like a good grandpa. Yeah, Joe Biden was a good grandpa, too. Look where that got us. Right? Look where that got us. Wow. Close to the end. And we're going to allow Friedrich Merz, who is not going to be able to live up to any one of his promises, because he's going to make coalitions with the wrong people who are not going to allow him to do what he wants to do. Even Friedrich Merz's own party will not back him when it comes to immigration reform in this country. We saw that 2 weeks ago. They are not going to back him, right? Even his own party. So what makes everybody out there think that if his own party isn't going to stand behind him when it comes to immigration reform, what makes you think that any other party is going to do it besides the AfD? Well, none. There's not going to be any. Right? There's not going to be any. I mean, the whole thing is bananas. So, guys, my advice for you guys is vote AfD Everybody vote AFD. Everybody get out and vote right on Sunday, the 23rd. Get out and vote. Don't stay on the couch. It's a day off. Everything's closed anyway. Like everything. That's another thing. That's one thing that really fucks me up in this country, is that everything is closed on Sunday. That is annoying as shit. Somebody should lobby to change that shit, right? Oh, and I would like also the next politician to follow Trump's lead and ban paper straws. Go back to plastic. This shit is ridiculous. The paper straws suck. Get rid of them. All right, guys, stay in your house till the 23rd so you don't get stabbed by an immigrant, right? And vote for AFD. And if you want things to go the same as they have been, or maybe even a little worse, well, probably a little worse, because another thing Friedrich Merz wants to do is he wants to get us into war with Russia. He wants to give Zelensky Taurusrakete to fire into Moscow. Not a great idea. Pretty fucking stupid. Putin's not an idiot. As a matter of fact, I think Putin is the most level-headed one of all of this shit until Trump, right? And I would just, if I was Friedrich Merz, I would just step out of it and let Trump handle it. Let big balls in America and Trump handle that shit. And Friedrich Merz, you deal with little kids and, whatever the hell else it is you want to do. I don't know, fucking making CO2 more expensive or charging people to breathe in Germany. You worry about that and let the big boys worry about the Ukraine war. Don't be fucking antagonizing that shit. But hey, guys, if you want war with Russia and you want everything to stay the same and you want your grandma to not be able to walk over the street safely because maybe some nutbag from Iran will stab her in the fucking leg or in the neck if she's unlucky, then you vote for Friedrich Merz and the CDU and just keep getting the status quo, guys. All right, we're going to keep going. Keep doing that. Guys, if you want to get all my content delivered directly to your inbox, then the way to do that is to subscribe to the Substack. You see it on the screen there. If not, it's allaboutlogic.substack.com. That's allaboutlogic.substack.com. Subscribe there, because on TikTok I'll probably get banned soon because they keep taking my videos down. On other video platforms, except for Rumble, the videos also sometimes get taken down. Plus I write articles which only show up on Substack, so that's the best way for you to get all my content in one place. You can do it for free, and you can do it for $5 a month to support me. Either one's fine. Of course, I'll appreciate the $5. That goes without saying, right? So either way you want, subscribe to the Substack. That's the best place to be when it comes to getting all of my content. And yeah, it's Friday already, so we'll see you guys on Monday on the Insanity Report for Germany, where surely something completely bananas will happen over the weekend again. The politicians better hope that it's not a stabbing or a murdering by an illegal immigrant, because their clock is run out. All right, people, that's it for me. Have a great weekend. Take it easy.